Hey everyone, thanks for coming. Kind of think that maybe not all of us have met because, well, Timo is usually not in the meeting. He was in one of them. So maybe a quick intro once again. Well, you probably already all know me. I don't need to present myself. But maybe Timo can say a few things. Timo.
Yes. Okay. So I'm a creative person and technical person at the same time. I've been joining the company since 2020. I'm working as more of a development capability, so I'm co-developing and managing the development. And
Yes,
if you
some of
find any
you
bugs, I will be responsible to fix it.
and if some of you had that problem when you were filling something in and then the platform was refreshing, that's the face behind your problems. The developments who sometimes forget that there are actual users out there
I've
using the
made a
platform.
new warning screen that will solve this. So yeah.
Yes, so now there will be a warning that says, hey, in 5 minutes the platform is going to update, so please save whatever it is that you're doing, not to lose it. Yeah, which of course should have been done from the beginning, but this is how we learn, right? Learning by doing. You make a mistake and then hopefully you'll learn from it. All right. I think the legal person just left the building. Okay, we're boring him probably. But ladies, if one of you wants to present herself and say if you're like looking for something for a co-founder or for whatever, or something's not clear, yeah, feel free. Yeah, Tatiana, I see that you're doing this, so you just turn on your microphone, but also just to let you know that there is this raise hand option at the bottom of the menu, so you can always do this as well. But yeah, just unmute yourself and tell us.
Hi guys, thank you so much. Like it was very, very interesting. I just slowly started getting, into the system. I really like it. Lot of new information, like lots of things which seem a bit confusing to me because I'm not a tech person, kind of. I'm far away from this. In fact, I wanted to share with you the idea because I don't know if I'm supposed to do it with you or with the person privately or how it's gonna work. I mean, maybe you could tell me. Already so that I don't go ahead too much.
Yeah, if you want to present your idea, you can do it now because the session is recorded. It's going to be shared with others and they can listen. But what I also did is I announced today that the sessions for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, they are going to be all about matchmaking. So I hope that some people will actually come and they will take turns to discuss the ideas and say what it is that they're looking for, present themselves. Because yeah, there are still, like I said, a few teams out there that are desperately looking for soulmates to get started. So it will be, I'm hoping, a nice opportunity. But if you want to do it today, yeah, feel free.
Maybe I would want your advice because I'm kind of far from this thing, and maybe you could just tell me if that would work or not in general, like in general terms, So like I'm a neuroscientist, but like my main like right now work is a lot in spirituality because I've spent like over 10 years in all the various spiritual temples in all the various places, starting from Asia and finishing with the last one was I was living with the shamans of North America, and gaining the knowledge there. And I was thinking of creating an app. I'm thinking, like usually you tech people are very far away from my field. And so I was wanting to not scare people too much away and make some bridge kind of to like in between of our realities, and making an app of teaching people the right way to fast. Which could cure pretty much most of the diseases that we have, and this could be the right, the easy way to take care of your health, of your mental health as well. Like it can improve, boost the meditation, all the special effects that you might have. And so I was wondering if that could be an option for this place.
Anything is an option. So the idea that we're trying to push forward is, especially in the game, it doesn't matter what product or solution idea you have. It's about learning how to validate it, right? So you can take any crazy idea that you want out, that the one that doesn't even make sense in the world. We don't really care. The point of the matter is that you will go through steps that will hopefully in the end will allow you to decide, hey, this idea has been validated. So for example, in X amount of days or weeks, I've had Y amount of people coming to my landing page, and 10% of those people clicked on the button, on the buy button or sign up for the newsletter buttons. Okay, so what do these numbers tell me? So from this point of view, you're learning about the process of validating things. And if in the end you say, yeah, the idea turned out not to be the one that I would want to pursue, you've still learned, right? You used that idea as a sample, or as the first stone of the route to knowing how to do these things. And the second time you do this with a different idea, you will do it quicker because you already learned how to do this, right? So from that point of view, I kind of feel that some of the people, maybe those that are choosing what team to join, they are looking only at the idea. They're taking it a bit way more too seriously than they should, because it's not, it doesn't matter what idea the team leader has at the moment. It's how they proceed working together in the team and learning the process of that. So I think, I hope people will watch this session, and tomorrow I will also repeat it. Yeah, just join any team, look at the profile of the team leader. If you like that person, if you think you click with them, chat with them, and then join the team. It doesn't matter if you are not absolutely convinced by the idea. Might be even good, because then you will be more critical to that idea than the team leader, because the team leader is in love with the idea, and once we're in love, we do not see things clearly, right? So the critical approach might even be good. So I don't know, Tatjana, you said you've had some trouble.
Yeah, was I speaking to you? Was I speaking to you? Really? Yes. So I am not sure. Like, I've created the group, but I'm not sure if it's listed. I'm not sure what my next steps should be. This is like other, the further questions that I have, because I've sent you a screenshot that my profile doesn't allow me to list my group on that violet page, which has everyone's groups. For some reason, it doesn't show up. I don't know what I've done wrong.
Did you create a ticket? The question.
Sorry, I was talking with a microphone. Yeah, you do not create a team from your profile. You have to go to the game, and then depending on what you see there, do you remember what role you were assigned, what role you chose?
Startupper. Is it a role or no, or not role?
Yes. So if you go to the game, you should see the next step that you need to do.
A game.
And if you chose to be the team leader, then
Screen with you, and maybe that would be easier. I'm not allowed. Can someone give me permission? That way, I think would be easier.
To share the screen. Timo, do you do the
Yeah,
technical?
I'm looking if it how it's possible in Google Meet here, because
It's
there is
possible.
yeah, I've added it.
Perfect. A tab, and which of these I'm not sure. Better show screen. Window. Better. Share. All right. I think I'm here. Not here. Sorry. Here.
I think
So
that's
this is what
10 bonus tokens for using modern tools, right? Already very beneficial.
I don't see you guys, just in case, huh? So I see, but the play is not allowed. I can do edit,
No.
delete.
Yeah, if you click edit. Yeah, then you will see that this is your team, and currently your team is also synchronized. It's also on the platform, which I can show you if I share. Oh no, then I can see yours. So you are there, and I will be fixing the order so that you will be more on the top soon.
Okay, perfect. And I will be able to.
Yeah.
And I will be able to, because I don't even see me or like this, like you see someone founder. I don't see that on myself. That's all, I don't need to do anything beyond, right? What I've done.
No,
as a
you
friend.
basically did everything that you could do at this moment, except you can go to if you go back, click the back button to go back to Teams. There should be the ability to go to the platform. And of course, in the meantime, you can look at your own profile and you can update your profile. And as well, you can
Yeah,
do more
also
modules. And
if you click on the female switch map at the top left corner, top left.
Left, sorry, right and left. Left is here.
up the map, yeah. Switch
The
map.
other left. So here, yeah, and I think first button on the left. Once again, once you click it,
This one.
Yeah.
Map.
yes,
Okay,
the first
let's go.
button. Yeah, okay. This you have to go through the instructions. Yeah, click on next. Let's go. Now you have access to the population. So the top left button.
Left. Left is here, top population.
Here you have everyone that exists on the platform. And for example, if you're looking for co-founders, then Timo, is it co-founder role, right? How does she search for it?
No, we all have startuppers as a role. If startupper does not have a team, then they are.
Yeah, you put the startupper in the search, and then you should have all the. All right, and then if the user already has, like, for example, the first one, that's me, right? I already have a team, so it's going to say user teams means CEO team. So that's the one that I use for testing. If the next one, for example, Alexandra Radova doesn't have a team, so maybe she's available for joining the team. So you should look at their profile and try to chat with them and see if they would be interested.
Okay.
So and then that's the idea of proactive searching for a co-founder, because if you just created a team and looking for people to come, it's a bit the same as what some developers think. Hey, we've built a product, now people are gonna come to me and buy it. No, that's not gonna happen until you start marketing yourself. So it's a bit the same.
And can I search for mentor? Like that's what I would really love to do. Or I don't have enough for that.
So here, yes, you can search for mentor here, but this mentor is also a role in the game. That's not someone who is a mentor outside. We do have people who are mentors in real life. We call them coaches. And if you want to take a look at everyone who is a coach, then it's better if you go to a skill lab. So if you click somewhere away from that, from this box, so we can see the map. Do you see the skill lab building? Click on it.
Yeah. Okay.
FMS wiki. That's the button here. Yeah, here we have all the important documents that are good for browsing. Go a bit further, we should have a file here that's game masters, mistresses, and coaches. If you click on the open link, you will be directed to a file that lists everyone who is a game master and a coach on the platform. You can look at them, you can see if there's someone that you like. For now, I'm not sure if all the coaches have been onboarded, if they all appeared, but a lot of them have one-on-one sessions that you can have. So you can reach out to them, and Benedicta, for example, is already here. That's for sure. You can reach out to them and schedule sessions.
Perfect. Understood. Okay. I've also seen somewhere but for now I need to just proactively go to. Sorry, I'll make a infinity right now. So at this moment, I should just proactively search for people who want to join as co-founders, just telling them, right? And wait maybe till tomorrow and day after till more sessions where we can actually speak with people. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. So we are doing this week everything possible to make sure that the people who haven't been onboarded yet, that they're also going to get another reminder email from us to do so. So there might be some new blood coming in. But of course, yeah, if by the end of this week some teams cannot find anyone, then we should allow them the possibility to do it solo, so that we don't waste time and people don't get frustrated because they haven't found someone but they want to play. I think that should be a possibility. So I think tomorrow we'll figure out how to do this, and then we'll allow it. Of course, we would prefer for that not to happen. So whenever possible, some of the team leaders who made the games but haven't found anyone, maybe they decide to group and work on something together. But if that doesn't happen, then of course, some of the people will play by themselves.
Okay, and tomorrow and every other day, the sessions will be at 6 p.m. every day, but you don't have the morning session, or do you?
No, if you let's show everyone. Can you go back to the platform? Can you go to Lounge so that you can see it and then others can see it? Because I feel like people are still confused.
Yes.
So I want to show.
Yes, we are a little confused.
Yeah, if you go to the Lounge.
Okay,
yes. Scroll down a bit. Then you will see the dashboard, and after the dashboard here you have the latest news. So you can click on any news because the word scheduling is all of them. I made sure that I put the schedule in all of the things. It's the same schedule, doesn't matter what news you click. So, and then you end up in that Notion file that I sent to you as well. So there are several ways to look for it. And here you see the schedule of the section. We do one day morning, one day evening.
Perfect. Understood. Very good for me. Very, very good. And I also wanted to ask a question. Like in my profile, I've seen that I should do roadmap, present, like those things. Should I do them right now on my own? And this is the way for people to see me rather than the digital version, but like the video or something talking about my idea, or should I wait till the till my project team comes together and we do it together?
So your personal profile is only about you, right? So if you want to record a video, then it's about you and about your idea. And the roadmap is also about you, about your personal development. Yes, of course, you can include your idea. So it's not about the team per se. It's about we can call it a personal brand, right? So you can absolutely start filling it now because you can edit it later. So it would be, I think, very interesting to see how people change certain things from like day one when the pilot starts and on the last day of the week, if they've maybe changed something in the roadmap, or they realized that they actually had more skills than they previously thought because they forgot about them. So I always advise to fill it in as early as possible, as much as possible. Don't try to make it complete from day one, but the more you put on paper, the better it is for you, because then you start seeing yourself maybe a bit from a different perspective. So a bit of the
okay. Okay, thank you. I think for now, I think I'm done. Like with my questions, I think I'll wait till tomorrow and see how things go. Thank you. But it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. It's a little bit overwhelming because, in my view, a lot of text for me. It's like too much text and technical. So maybe that's what I wrote in the review also, that if someone could voice over, like just a simple video, maybe voicing it over, just a face saying the same things might be easier mentally. But in general, I really enjoy it. I think it will be something exciting, and yes, what it will end up being. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Like a lot of ideas run through the head. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I see that Alexandra is raising her hand. Okay, yeah.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my name is Alexandra or Sandra, and I'm representing the team The Age of Elsewhere. So yeah, first of all, I need to say that we are looking for someone, like basically for a co-founder who has marketing experience. So if you are this person, please join our team. And then I also have a couple of questions that I wanted to ask. So we have very okay, so just in a couple of words, we are working on the app. So our idea is to create an app which is basically a fantasy game, but it's built around sports activities. So people can do different sport activities, and at the same time, they sort of like they participate in this fantasy game. So it make them, it keeps them motivated, and just make the whole process, like much more interesting. And it's actually a big idea, especially like in different like from the point of view like of technology and stuff like that. So and we've been thinking, what would you expect from us? So like how our final product should look like in the best case scenario, like at the end of the game. So should we come up with, I don't know, like a draft of our app, or like a landing page, for example, will be enough? So what would be your recommendations?
I will start with actually asking you a question first.
Okay.
So you say that you are looking for someone with marketing experience, but and I put that on Instagram in case someone sees that as well. But from what I saw, you already have 2 people in the team, right?
Yeah.
So one of the options would be, in case you don't want to waste time and actually want to start playing now, you can already start playing. And then if someone wants to join the team, it's also possible after you start the game. But the mechanics will be slightly different. That person will no longer be a co-founder, but they will be your first employee.
Okay.
It doesn't change much, except that there's a bit more paperwork for you, because with the co-founders, you will need to sign the shareholders agreement that yours truly, Mr. Legal Coach, created for the game. But when someone joins after you started, then you will have to sign employment agreement with them. So that's the only difference that exists. So from that point of view, if you really want to start now, don't wait. You can start, and then you can continue looking for someone with marketing experience to get on the team, of course. So that's option 1. And to answer your question, we have no expectations from you, but something that I definitely want to put out there, it's a lot better from the business point of view if at the end of the game you have 1 paying customer, then you have a prototype of an app. So that's something that, of course, maybe sounds counterintuitive, maybe sounds scary, but if you know how to sell something before you actually build it, then it means you've solved the biggest problem that you have when you start a company, is people who actually have the problem that you're tackling, and the problem is big enough for them that they're actually willing to run after you and say, please take my money and solve my problem. So from that point of view, we have several themes, and the quests are devoted to 2 big parts. One part is building the audience, or building your community, and figuring out the market, and if people are actually responding to what you're trying to build. And the second part is playing around with something that's called zero code tools for prototyping. So the second part is actually probably easier, even though it doesn't sound that way. For that, you of course need someone to brainstorm with. You can start with trying to design what your app might look like in very broad features, like what does it do, right? So concentrate on one big problem that it's solving. Don't think of little things like, hey, how are we going to do the onboarding, or how that's going to work. Don't think about that for now. Just think, okay, people come to my app, why? What are they going to do there? And that you can do in Canva. So in Canva, there is a possibility to do prototyping, clickable prototypes as well. You can go a step further, and if it's a mobile app, then you can try to play around with Adalo, and we will have a live build with someone from Adalo. It's also in the schedule there, you can see. So it's a way for you to test the tool in which you can visualize what your app is going to look like. Which, if you don't have any technical skills, then usually your options are either take a pencil and try to draw it, which If you have design skills, then that might work. If not, then like me, then better not to do it. But these tools allow you to to learn by building, let's put it this way. Yes, immediately build stuff, and you start thinking about things that you wouldn't have thought if you didn't do it with these tools. So for example, hey, if I have this screen, if I click that button, what does that button do? This is usually not the kind of thinking that we have when we're thinking about ideas. And then we also have Bubble as one of the tools. It's a bit more complicated, but Bubble is the tool that we actually use to build the platform, and Timo is both in love with it and hates it. So it allows to build things very quickly, but at the same time, sometimes you have to use very complicated logic. But it's a perfect tool for prototyping, for doing something without hiring expensive developers, without putting a lot of effort and money and time into coding something, especially if you haven't done the first part of what I just mentioned, build the audience, right? So you don't want to end up in several months or a year with something that you haven't validated, that you haven't approached a single person and actually ask them, like, hey, does anyone want that? And if they do, are they willing to pay for that? So from that point of view, there will be quests that allow you to start doing this. So one of the quests is building a landing page, which is basically the very first prototype of your solution that you can have, where without building the app itself, you start thinking about like, hey, what's the value proposition? How in one sentence can I say what my app is doing? Who is the app for? What's my audience? How do I talk to them? Like, what kind of language do I use with them? What are the problems that that app is solving? What do I want people to do when they read about my product? Do I want them to sign up for my newsletter? Do I want them to sign up on the waiting list for when the app is ready? So don't be afraid to let people do things before you think you're ready, right? It doesn't matter. You're testing and you're checking if people are actually going to do it. If after 1 month, like you've had 100 people or 1,000 people on your landing page and none of them clicked on buy or pre-buy, you've validated, you've probably invalidated something, right? So you have to think, okay, what do I do? Do I change the text? Do I change the call to action? Do I you do this what's called A/B testing? By changing certain things, you then check it again and see if that's improving something, if people start clicking on it or not. So from landing pages to creating social media, to actually trying to get followers around you. So you don't try to sell your idea to them. You don't try to sell a product, but you start communicating with them and you're saying, hey, I am interested in that and that. I think that this is a problem for a lot of people. Can you help me figure out if I'm right? Like if you guys are having the same problem. So you talk to people, right? Like you would normally do. And the hardest part, especially for Timo, for example, is to listen to what they say. See, everyone's laughing. It's
getting quite good, right? I haven't said anything.
Yes, you haven't said anything. So listening to what your audience tells you, and then analyzing it and seeing, hey, maybe maybe there's a pattern. Like 5 people said that and that. Interesting. I should maybe look into that, explore that a bit further. So to quickly answer your question, there's zero expectation for what you have to do at the end of the pilot. But if you've done at least several quests, then you will probably have a landing page for your product. You will probably have maybe a blog post about the problem or about why you are solving that problem. So something to show your motivation. You will probably create at least a profile in one of the social media of the interest for your company, just to know how to do this. Maybe start having first followers, and maybe you will even have enough time to try one of the zero code tools, so the either Bubble or Adalo, or if not that, if that's too much, then at least you can figure out how MailChimp works, for example. Then you can combine it with your landing page. So MailChimp does email automation, and then you can start getting first people to come to your landing page, sign up for your newsletter, and then if at the end of the pilot you have like your first person to sign up for your newsletter, like yeah, you've done your first step, because you figured out the process, right? You figured out how to bring people to your landing page, how to put them through the funnel that you're interested in. I'm gonna shut up here because yeah, I think Timo is contagious. I talk too much a lot as well.
Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, just one more, I would say, technical question, because I personally use Canva and Tilda, and there are just, let's say, two versions, like free version and like paid version. So like, so we're gonna use this free version. There is no way to use like, you know, a better version somehow.
For Canva, unfortunately, not yet, but we are pushing through. For Tilda, yes. So Tilda is one of the software partners that has given us codes that we will be giving out to people, and I think for Tilda that's 3 months of paid of a paid plan. I have to verify that, but I'm gonna put it in my agenda to actually announce that. But we also have all the software tools that we're using in the FMS wiki. If you remember when Tatiana was sharing the screen, there was the FMS wiki, and there should be a file there with all the software providers that we use. And if it says claim your code next to that provider, then it means that that software you can get for free for a few months. The offers are slightly different. But definitely, I want to make an announcement about that again. I already did it before.
Okay.
Probably people missed it. Yes. For Tilda, I think it's 3 months for free. And yeah, we're good friends with Tilda. We love them and they love us. So I'm pretty sure that, if people, if users like you tell them how much you've loved using the tool while you're in the game, maybe they will, give even a bigger discount.
Okay.
Yeah, they're also interested, of course, in attracting more users to the platform. But yeah, we love the tool ourselves, and we think it's great for beginning your journey in creating landing pages. And of course, they're interested in extending to Europe. They're not very big in Europe at the moment, and they're very interested in getting bigger here.
Okay, so once we need to do our first landing page, we can claim the code.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's nice. It said that we cannot use this plan in Canva because there are so many cool features there.
But I mean, we can do something for Canva. Maybe not for now, but in general, I think if we ask some of you to record a message for them, a video message like Canva, please, yeah, we love you so much once again, and we just send it on their socials. They're very responsive on Twitter and Instagram, by the way. I think we will be able to get something for you because female entrepreneurs, this is a hot topic now. Everyone wants to help us. So yeah, and Canva is run by a woman, so that's perfect. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this flash mob. Please, Canva, give us.
Okay, yeah, if it works, so I'm in.
Might never know. It might. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I have no other questions.
Sarangi, we don't hear you. You have to turn your microphone.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to myself. Yeah, my name is Sarangi, and I have created a team which would work on solving an issue that every parent faces, having a newborn, because every parent knows how difficult it is to put a newborn to sleep. So yeah, I'm aiming to make a sleep aid device to help the new parents get through it. Yeah, and since I'm more of a technical person, I would be better complemented by a co-founder who is a people person with marketing skills, because I'm like zero with the social media network. Yeah, so that is what I'm looking for, a co-founder. And yeah, the question that I have is from what I looked through about the team, about the teams available, it looks more like app or web-based. But since mine is more like a physical hardware product, I was wondering if there was something different that I had to do compared to the rest of the teams. Would there be like a different sort of challenges in the game that I have to go through? So yeah, I just wanted to know, like I was curious how would it be different for a hardware startup?
Definitely for this pilot there is no difference, but what I was just explaining to Alexandra, right, the part about you actually building something, that's not your priority at the moment. Your priority is to figure out if someone wants what you're building, and that is absolutely the same for software, hardware, doesn't matter. So the fact that you need people to find out about your product somewhere is, you need to build a landing page or social media presence or a newsletter, or I don't know, start a podcast. So also have something about podcasts, right? You need to be out there so that people can find you. Because if you think that by, like I said, by having created the product, you think people will come, no, that unfortunately doesn't happen. You need to be proactive. And the fact that you don't have any, as you said, marketing skills, that's great. That's, I think, for the game, you are like this perfect candidate. I don't want to say guinea pig, I wanted to say, but candidate for when you can try to do it as well without knowing how to. And I think Alexandra, our digital marketer, she kind of started with us without any background in marketing, and she learned by doing. Because I think, especially in startups, even if you have some previous experience, if you worked in a bigger company and then you come to a startup, a lot of the skills that you had before, they don't apply, because you have to do things differently. If you have a big marketing budget, that's a lot easier to do things than if you have, zero budget, which is what startups are about. There are slightly different things that you need to do. You need to to create your brand, your personal brand. So if you as a founder do not have credibility, no one is going to want to talk to you, because how can I say this? Because they don't know you, right? They haven't seen you, and building credibility takes time. So it's, if you're on social media and you start writing things, it takes a long time for people to start noticing you. Not only because of the algorithm, but also people need to know how to trust you, and they won't trust you after one article that you wrote. So from that point of view, it doesn't matter hardware, software. And Timo can maybe correct me. I think even from the technical part in the early stages, this prototyping and wireframing and all of these things, it might not be that different either from software, hardware. But yeah, you can maybe add.
Yeah, no, I think you even have it a bit easier, because you actually are talking about a physical product that you can understand, whereas an app is, nobody knows what it does. So the fact that you have a physical product in mind might make it more easy to talk about it, which is quite helpful. The difficulty with software is that it's abstract. You can create anything that you want, which is also makes it harder. So I would see it as maybe as a benefit even, that you are creating a product. And the problems with product come in at a later moment, when you are going into cost of production, cost of sales, cost of goods sold, and that's not included in this current pilot. But it's also not the most important part, because we first need to evaluate if somebody even wants to have your product. And this is the exact same for whether or not it's a software application or whether or not it's a physical hardware application. And we will have cards that you can purchase. So there will be, at some moments, will be applicable cards that you can purchase from people in our team or people from somewhere else, that you might be thinking, oh, hey, there's somebody technical. Let's ask him some difficult questions about how this product should work. Maybe I'll create a card about paper prototyping on paper with people. You can prototype things really easily if you want to actually do the work yourself, not have the app do it, which is also something that you can do for applications. So it's more about evaluating what you want to do and evaluating if there's a need for it, and why maybe others have failed as well, because your idea probably has been tried in your example maybe. And that's also why we don't give a lot of attention to the actual idea. It's not going to be the idea that you're going to eventually probably do. It's going to change. It's going to slowly move to
Evolve,
something
yeah.
else. And you never know where you will end up. And you even maybe should not love your ideas too much. The old saying is kill your darlings, right? You have to be able to shoot the idea if it's not good. So if in validation you come across, hey, okay, yeah, I want it, but nobody else wants it, or they want it but they don't want to pay anything for it, because there are products that nobody wants to pay for. Nobody pays for Facebook. We don't want to do that. Nobody will pay for Facebook if we make it paid. Facebook does earn a lot of money, but they do it different. So sometimes you have to find, is there a different way? But I think yeah, we'll find a way to validate your idea, and that's the most important thing during this stage.
Sounds good. Thank you. And I have one question, like from the legal aspect. I came across this build in public in one of the slides, which was quite interesting. And I was wondering if there could be some protection added when you build in public so that nobody copies you. Or if somebody copies you and says that and somehow like protects it, then I could be sued because it feels like I have copied them. Like, yeah, I just wanted to understand more about the legal aspects of build in public.
I think that's a very good question for DJ.
Microphone, Mr. Legal Coach, please. Microphone.
Yeah, it depends highly on what you're doing. Huh? So for some things, if you are creating them, you will be protected. And for some things, you cannot be protected. Things you cannot be protected of, you need to keep secret. So if you do it in public, then you cannot protect it at all. And for some things like authorship, it's very easy. Everything you write is immediately protected. If you do it in public, no problem.
Okay.
So yeah, that really depends on what you're creating.
If I can
But
add,
copyright, sorry, yeah, one question. Like, can I get copyright protection on the design? I mean, on the product? Because from my understanding, copyright is on something that you create, and I guess copyright it applies to product if I'm right.
I think for this, because it's a very specific question, it would be better to have more of a one-on-one.
One-on-one, okay. Yeah,
I can actually understand exactly what you're doing, because otherwise we go too much into detail.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Sorry, Violetta.
yeah, just to add about building in public. Building in public doesn't mean that you take all of your trade secrets and all of your designs and put them out there, right? So of course, don't do that. Building in public means that you are discussing your ideas, and something that I've already said before, and something that a lot of people say, yeah, ideas are worthless. It's their execution that is important. So even if someone steals your idea, which, well, if you are actually building something good, probably is going to happen. So the problem is, are they going to only steal your idea, or are they actually going to build what you're building? The chances of the latter one are very slim. And if they can easily copy what you're building, then you don't have a very good business case. Because if it's very easy to copy what you're building, then someone will. So maybe you should not do it, because you will put a lot of effort into this, and then if it's it's easy to copy, then yeah, it's a waste. And investors is one of the questions. So if you go later on the VC route, investors ask that question, right? That's one of the things they look at. If it's easy to copy something that you're building, they will not invest, because they also understand that they will be putting money basically into a bucket that has holes, because people will copy what you've built easily. So it means that you need to build something that they call a moat business. Yeah, something that protects your business. So it either can be an idea that's hard to steal, a piece of software, hardware that is hard to copy, piece of code that's hard to copy, or it's something else that is only unique to you. For example, you possess the skills that like 99.999 people in the world do not have. So it's that. So from that point of view, building in public is a bit what we try to do also with Female Switch when we ask people for their opinion on things, right? So that's also like that's co-building, that's involving your audience, and it's also you explaining the process of what you're going through, showing your success and showing your failure, and asking people for their opinion of, hey, why, like, I've done that and it's not working, like, what do you think is the issue here, right? It's once again, it all boils down to the fact that by building in public, people notice you. So once you are in their feed somewhere, after a few months, they will be like, I know her. I like what she writes. I'm gonna read more. So you're building your credibility. And one thing that we also noticed, especially it's very visible with LinkedIn, that's supposed to be the B2B, where you are representing the company, but no one wants to talk to companies. Everyone wants to talk to people, and everyone wants to not talk only about their successes, but they want to see the behind the scenes of that person. They want to see the others who fail. So it's showing the process of you building the company and showing that you're actually a human being behind that company, with with ups and downs, and with sometimes with doubts and sometimes with successes. That builds relationship with the people that that eventually will follow you or become part of your network. So you're not I'm not a lawyer, but you're not really exposing anything secret during that building in public process. The only thing that you're sharing is your idea, and that belief you will have to share with thousands of people. You will have to share it at every pitching event where you go to. You will have to share it with investors. You will have to share it with mentors, with possible co-founders. So you will have to share your idea many times. Get comfortable doing that. If you're going to be always afraid of someone stealing your idea, then it's not worth starting it, because it will just hinder your progress. Being afraid to share that. Yeah. Don't share technical things. Don't share trade secrets. Don't share things that are obvious and you think that they are unique to you. Other things, yeah, feel free to share as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the inputs.
Yeah. All right. I think there's a question from Tatiana in the chat. Yeah. I'm not even on Instagram. What do you suggest for us to do regarding social media? That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So there are several things that you can do. Before you reach that quest in the game, you can also just go to Skill Lab and start exploring the modules that have something to do with social media. We do have tutorials on how to get started on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And Sarangi promised us that she will do one for Facebook. But that's perfect. If you don't have any account, you just follow the tutorial, you create it, you understand what's important to put there. Either you create an account for your company, or you create an account for yourself and you build your personal brand. So that's the decision that you have to make. And honestly, I think at this point it's better to do it as a personal brand, because, like I said, people like talking to other people. They don't like to talking to companies a lot. And usually what is advised is you create your own personal account, and then you also have a company account, and you kind of reshare things once in a while to make sure that people know what is what. But for example, LinkedIn's algorithm doesn't promote company pages at all. So you cannot grow organically on LinkedIn if you only have a company page, you see. But what you usually do is you are very active on your personal accounts, and then, like I said, you kind of lead people to the company accounts as a funnel. And because LinkedIn promotes posts by people, which is counterintuitive a bit because it's a B2B platform, but that's how they make money. They want companies to pay for ads there, and that's how they get promoted. So it's these little things that you need to understand, and they're different on every platform. So I would propose, you pick one, you create an account. It doesn't have to be like about a real company. It can be this test account about a test product or about a test persona that you've created for yourself. And you just start trying to do things. You start getting people to follow you. Like, yeah, how do you do this? And once again, there are two ways. There's a passive way where you basically just, make a post and you wait for people to come. That usually doesn't work well in the very beginning because no one knows you. So you have to be proactive. Huh? And one of the methods that works well, especially in the beginning, is that you find other big accounts that do something on the topic that is related to yours, and you become active on those accounts. You write meaningful comments. You don't tell people, "Hey, come to my page." You don't do that. That will get you kicked out, because that's not. You don't come to someone's house and start talking about yourself on the first date later on. But you write meaningful comments that add value, and then people might be interested. Or another thing that you can do is you start following the people that follow that page, and some of them will follow you back. So that's one of the easiest things to do. It's very boring task. You basically just click, and then a certain percentage of those people will come to you, but only, of course, if your account, if your profile interests them. So you need to make sure that the photo or the logo, the one-liner, or a few posts that you made there can attract the audience that you need. And that's, of course, you will not be great on your first attempt, but you need to start from something.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Already 2 ideas you gave. Thank you. And may I ask you if this, like all this, like in skill, first of all, I didn't even look there, Skill Lab. Now I realize I have a lot of homework to do. I was like, I've done everything. So are these all,
block
like
the
once
game
I'm
for
done
everybody
with
next week.
this is all, or there will
We can
Sorry,
just
yeah,
block the
there's-
game for everybody next week. Yeah,
Yes.
everybody has to pick it up.
There's a lot of content in Skill Lab. I think it's more than a human being can manage in 1 month. But we think that people, can pick and choose something that they like more. Because not everyone's business fits Instagram, right? Some people need LinkedIn, some people have to be on Twitter, so it's that separation. And for that purpose, we decided to make different things, different modules. You can go to the modules about the tools if you want to pick a specific tool and learn how to use that, get started with it. And of course, if you get stuck or if you need help, there's always a possibility to ask someone to help. So if you get stuck with something technical, you can find Timo on the platform and get him to help you. If it's legal, then it's the guy wearing green. If it's more for brainstorming or marketing, so once again, look at the file with the game masters and coaches. So maybe someone there could be useful, and also ask some of the peers on the platform, because a lot of them have different skills. So there's a lot to do. You cannot finish everything that we have on the platform in a few days. That's impossible.
Okay, thank you. Until when do we have access to this? Till like 5th of August, roughly?
Yes, till the 5th of August. After that, if possible, we'll keep access to the platform. Well, maybe not to the game per se, but to Skill Lab. I have to, of course, discuss that with Timo, but I think it will be possible to leave access to Skill Lab. Maybe not with checking the homework, but at least the content, the modules for a while. And Tatiana, you are in Malta, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm in Malta.
Yeah, so we are also planning to have a party at the end of the pilot to meet some of the users. We already had one, so I don't have to explain. So probably the weekend after the 5th, so Saturday or Sunday, we will have a party. So we will invite, of course, everyone who is
August, right?
in Malta. Yeah.
Oh, that would be great, because face to face, I think if we had like a co-working space where we could sit, that would be so cool, like, because you really like move. That would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I
For the next trials.
do believe that you cannot only do things online. You have to meet offline, because then the level of bonding is higher, and then you can get a glass of wine, and then you open up a lot more than than you do behind the screen.
But guys, thank you so much. I'm really excited. See, as a person who is far away from this, I always looked at this and it was like very far away and very like not for me, but I'm excited, really. Thank you for this chance, like for making a bridge between you and us. It's like really nice.
It's cool. Well,
I'm
if there are
curious now. What did you do previously? Because you say it's so far away. Far away to what?
Well, I'm in psychology, neuroscience, and in spirituality and psychedelics very heavily. So like this is like very far from us.
All right. Yeah, cool. I always think that it's not the technical part that matters, but I think it's the knowledge you have about the subject that you want to do something with. I think that's also why developers rarely make something that's good alone, because they only are making development things. So that's why we need people to think and to know about certain aspects that we then can create very simple solutions sometimes for, but we don't know that they're valuable. Big example, maybe if I don't know if you remember Groupon years ago, when you could get these discount codes on Groupon and you would buy them, and they started with a WordPress website, very simple, with just submit form and just a few coupons on there. You can't replicate this, but no developer ever thought that would work. Because why? But apparently somebody made it work. So it's always good to take into account.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
well, I'm gonna stop recording then, because I think there are no more questions.
Thank you for coming.